Hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now. Hour number two of the Line Talk 99.5. Talk995.com. Andrew McLean, who.com. Here we go. Here we go. Lots to get to, man. I got this bad habit of taking that first hour and talking about myself a lot and not a lot of news. And I know this is not new to y'all. Y'all deal with this. It's who I am. And I can't help myself. Glad to see Carrie after all this time. What's up, buddy?
Man, it's been a minute.
Has it not? It's been a long time.
Look at you all tan.
Am I tan?
Nah, not really.
I was gonna say, I hadn't gone to the tanning bed in several days.
But you've been at the beach, man.
Yeah. Well, I just kind of
It's too cold, wasn't it?
it was on. I can't remember. We got there Wednesday evening, Thursday, Friday. I think Friday was chilly, but Trish still wanted to go to the beach, and the wind's blowing like crazy. I mean, the sand's just pelting you. I'm in a
Fun.
jacket. And then Saturday, weather was great. And so Trish wanted to go back to the beach. And so we went to a place called Fort DeSoto.
Fort DeSoto.
Yeah, and she picked up a bunch of seashells. Seashells.
By the seashore.
Yeah, reliving her childhood. So it was good. I kind of took some notes on what all went down, but I don't think I put it all in there. Okay, so I'll just give you a quick preview because I'm going to be talking about this at length on the podcast tonight. But we were going to leave at like 5:00 in the morning on Wednesday, right?
Right.
Going to leave 5:00.
It's a good plan. Good plan.
Yeah, I'm going to get out the door. And we think we got everything ready the night before, but then when we wake up and try to hit the road, we realize there's a suitcase we can't even find.
Oh, dear.
So there's like a mad dash to find the suitcase or whatever. We find it. Bird's coming to my house to ride with us down there. He's going to be riding down there with us and then ride back. We finally get everything ready. We get in the car and we start pulling out of the driveway. Now, Bert's been off his Adderall for months.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, he hadn't been taking it a while. He just wanted to see, kind of if it would help him or how it would work for him if he was off his Adderall. And as soon as we pull out of the driveway, he's like, I started taking my Adderall again this morning. And I mean, he is 90 to nothing.
Talk the whole time.
I like, oh, God. I mean, he is on, like, he does like the extended release, but if he's after being off of it for months, just starting back, the extended release doesn't matter. Like it's hitting him hard. All right. So he's just, zooming. He's 90 to nothing. And then he forgets. I had told him the night before. I actually texted him before he left his house that morning. I said, don't forget your wrestling leotard.
Oh, dear.
Because we were going to shoot some footage of him in his leotard, and we just had some different ideas.
Right. That's why I keep mine in my car.
Right. So after we find out that he's jacked up on Adderall for the first time in months, he says, "Oh yeah, and I also forgot my wrestling outfit." Or we're in the Buc-ee's parking lot. And he's like, I forgot my wrestling outfit, and I'm like,
Oh.
I was like, no, we got to have. He's like, maybe I can find one online and I can find one on Amazon and get it shipped to our buddy down there, Nick the Gun Guy, yeah. And he started looking. I was like, screw it. Let's just go back to your house, get the leotard, and then we'll hit the road, which completely changed our route that we were going to take. We were going to go straight to Atlanta and then go straight south to Tampa, right? But because we had to go towards Hoover area, that then put us going through Montgomery and down south through,
Auburn
Dothan and
oh, yeah.
Tallahassee or whatever. but it didn't. I don't think it made much of a difference. But again, it still took us. It took us a little longer than expected to get down there. You know, you've got IBS that Bird has. You also have one point where Bird lost his wallet,
Poor
and
guy.
we had to pull over and search all over. Because I mean, if he would have legitimately left his wallet somewhere, there's no telling where it could have been, because we had to make a bunch of stops. And so anyway, Trish gets in the back and she finds it. Of course, it's somewhere stupid, like in his jacket pocket, you know,
In his hand.
in his hand. And we get there. We finally get to the hotel. The hotel, by the way, lots of foreigners there. I mean,
Really?
the lobby. We get there and the lobby is full of people and suitcases and everything else. Somebody there told us that the cruise ships that I guess maybe dock in Tampa
Right.
have their people stay there. But I'm like, that still doesn't explain to me why everybody is a foreigner.
That's
Like-
who works on the ships, I guess, right?
Well, yeah, so I guess maybe it was employees or something. So anyway, you can't really find anybody that speaks a whole lot of English.
Did you call ICE?
No, I didn't. I should have yelled it though, to see what happens. So anyway, we get there and there's like tons of people, and I'm like, good Lord. Anyway, we get our room keys, and Trish is like, I'm gonna go upstairs to the room, and you just go ahead and get the rest of the stuff out of the car and go park the car, because we're kind of parked in under the awning or whatever. And so I do that and I get back in, and I realize she hasn't told me what the room number is.
Uh-oh.
Well, at this point, we have just completed our 10-hour trip. Most of that trip, we had no service on our phones.
That's right.
We got hacked by the Verizon gimmick.
Mm.
And so while we were on the road, fortunately, my tablet, which is on the same plan, had a signal, and I was able to use it as a hotspot. But once Trish and I separated and she went up to the room, she didn't have any service. So I couldn't get in contact with her to find out what the room number is. So then I'm now sitting in the lobby. I've got a room key, but I don't know what the room is. I don't know which room number. I don't know what floor. I don't know nothing.
Did you start trying every room until it opened?
we turned out we were on the 10th floor, so it's good I didn't do that. It would have taken me forever. But finally, I get through the mass of humanity of people from Ecuador or like Cuba or wherever these people are from, and get to the desk, and I'm like, I need to know what my room number is. And she's like, well, I can tell you if you've got her ID with you, I can tell you what your room number is. I'm like, I don't
Why would you have her
ID.
ID?
And God knows if she's ever going to come back downstairs to get me. I was like, I've got the key. Just tell me which room it is. And finally she does. And I make my way up there. We end up going out to dinner with our people that we were meeting down there, which at a place called Hula Bay.
Hula.
Really good. And we were getting to meet, there was a lot of people we were getting to meet for the first time, and people that are followers of the podcast and stuff like that, people from all over the country. And so we hung out there for a while. We get back to the hotel. We've got a hotel room with 2 beds, and we're not going to sleep separately, so we slept in the same bed, but she pulls all of the blankets.
So John
both beds.
John's in the same room as you?
No,
Oh, okay.
absolutely
Oh,
not.
Okay, just making sure.
No, we got with our buddy Nick the Gun Guy, who lives down there in Tampa, and he was gracious enough to let John Bird stay with him the whole time.
Oh,
So
golly.
we pawned him off on a friend, which he loved. He said it was great. He said it was probably better than our hotel stay. But yeah, we get in there and we get some sleep. We get up the next day. We don't really know our way around there, so we ask our buddy Nick, like, "Hey, Trish wants to go to some antique malls around here. She's big into the antique malls." And he's like, "Oh yeah, there's this place over in Tarpon. Is it Tarpon Bay, Tarpon Beach,
Tarpon Bay, I think is what it is.
Tarpon Bay?" And he's like, "There's a big place called like the Sponge Museum or Sponge Mall or something."
Sponge Museum.
Yeah. I'm like, "Babe, that doesn't sound really like that doesn't sound like an antique mall." She's like, "No, he said it was. So we get down there, and it's not an antique mall. it's literally that. It's like a store that sells sea sponges.
Wow.
Just all kinds of different shapes and sizes of sea sponges.
Well, how many did you get?
None.
Really?
Yeah, no, I didn't get any. Tarpon Springs is the name
Tarpon
of it.
Springs.
Yeah, so anyway, Tarpon Springs apparently used to be the sea sponge capital. Like that was back in I guess the 20s or the 30s.
The
that was
sea sponge capital of the world.
Yeah, that was where they made their money. They would fish for these sea sponges and I guess sell them at market and make a killing or whatever, and then something happened. I tried to read a little bit of history on it, but anyway, they've got a bunch of sea sponges there, which I don't know. We did ultimately find a couple of antique malls, antique stores, which Trish thoroughly enjoyed. In one of them, I found the Peyton Manning Denver's Bronco jersey with the Super Bowl patch on it from the last Super Bowl he was in.
Let's see, I bet it. How much was the price? I'm gonna say $400.
It was only like $75.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a real like game-worn jersey. It was a replica or whatever, but it was cool because instead of just being a standard jersey, it had the
Super Bowl
patch
That's
on it.
pretty cool.
And I almost bought that. It was a size too small for me, and Trisha's like, well, just get it, and you can hang it on the wall. And I was like, And now I regret getting it. I should have gotten it, but it's whatever.
If it had been a Kansas City jersey, it had been on your wall.
Yeah. I mean, I was dedicated to the Broncos while Peyton was there. But, yeah, if it was like a Mahomes jersey or something, I'd have probably got it.
You should have.
I don't know. It would have to be a real. You don't want to frame a jersey unless it's authentic or it's signed or something.
Normally you wouldn't. I mean, I've seen some in this building.
Yeah.
That are framed that are not actual jerseys. So, I mean.
But you're not allowed to tell anybody that.
Well, you can look at it and tell.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, we've got actual football players working in this building, though.
That's true. You think they'd give a jersey?
Could y'all just donate your own jersey?
Not a replica from Walmart, but that's
right.
Cool.
Went to Hogan's Hangout, which is Hogan's kind of bead shop. It's got a big gift shop there with a lot of cool wrestling stuff in it. Bunch of signed memorabilia. The big replica belts that Trish was trying to, buy one for me for Christmas, but ended up buying a fake replica belt in Jasper for like $100.
That was your first
during Christmas. You remember that?
Yeah, Jasper.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She which it's from 1990 and it's still in the box, so it's probably got some value. What else did we do? Clearwater Beach. Wind was blowing like crazy, but she demanded to go on the beach. She even took her shoes off and got in the water for a little bit. I'm like, you're out of your mind. Because it was chilly.
I bet.
It was chilly that day. That was Thursday, and then we get back in the car, and she's like, she gets in the car and puts it in reverse, but for some reason then opens her door and like hangs her legs out the side of the car and starts putting her shoes on, and we start rolling backwards through the parking lot.
Oh, dear.
And I'm like, hit the brake. So that was almost a disaster.
Man, I was going to ask if your car gave you any problems this trip.
No, none whatsoever.
That's good.
Yeah, it was great. A couple close calls maybe, but it was good. We had a big pig roast with all our friends Thursday night, and that was fun, getting to hang out with everybody. Then we got to hang out with the boys on a Friday morning, and then when we left, so we did this thing where John Bird just dressed up as JoJo Cruz, and I won't go into detail of what exactly we did, but
I saw pictures.
When we left, what we were doing, he didn't have a change of clothes, and we didn't have a ride because our buddy Nick had dropped us off, but he had some errands to run, and so we're all standing outside the gate, and they're like, well, we'll get a hold of somebody can come get us, but the hotel's only like 4 blocks away. And I'm like, well, why don't we walk? And Bert's like, I don't have a change of clothes. I was like, so let's record you walking through the streets of Tampa in your wrestling outfit. I mean, his face is painted and everything. It's like the whole deal. And so that's exactly what we did. We took to the streets of Tampa, and people were driving by, honking their horns, waving, some of them looking at us crazy.
No.
And we finally get to the corner across from the hotel, and then Trish and Amy, Tony's wife, pull up, and we stuff Bert in the back of the vehicle, which, by the way, now there's freaking face paint all over the back of my seats.
How far back did you walk from him when he was walking down the street?
I kept my distance. I mean, I was several yards
I
behind
acted
him.
like you were recording this guy. I go, this guy is crazy. I'm gonna follow him.
Especially once we went into the hotel because he had to wait for his ride to get back to Nick's house at Clearwater. And so we were like, well, just come up to our room. He's like, I can't walk through the hotel lobby like this. I'm like, sure you can. And so
You've come this far.
Yeah, we opened the door for it. He starts walking through the hotel lobby. And of course, I'm standing back and I'm recording him walking down the hallway through the lobby. And all these people are in there looking. And anyway, Nick comes and picks him up. And then we went to a place called Elevate, which this place was kind of cool. It's like an indoor. It was almost like a Big Dave and Buster's, but cooler. Like it had a bowling alley, like a good bowling alley. It had, a bar and grill. It had an arcade upstairs. It had axe throwing and a big go-kart track. Laser tag. It had some sort of like digital escape room. It was really cool. So somehow our boys were connected with the owners in some way, and so they invited us out there and let us do all that stuff. And that was cool. But then somebody tips me off. They're like, we're only 1 block away, like right across the street from here is that bitch Carol Baskins Tiger, what you call it?
No
zoo.
way.
Yes.
Still open.
Yes. Well, no. So the site of Carol Baskins, let me see if I can find it real quick in my recents. Let's see. God, I went to a lot. Ooh, I went to a lot of liquor stores, didn't I? I'm looking through my maps. Okay, I don't remember. I tell you what, let me look this up real quick. I'll come back on the other side and I'll wrap up kind of my. And I also have a gift for you, Carrie.
You do.
That I got to give you when we get back on the other side.
All right.
So y'all stick around for that. 545-9950. Hang tight. Also, if you are watching me on the Talk 99.5 YouTube channel, I want you to give me a hey now. Give me a hey now right there in the chat for everybody that's watching us. Real Talk 99.TV, 99.5 TV on YouTube. Obviously, I'm watching myself because now my phone's playing it. I was watching the chat. If you're in the chat, I want you to give me a hey now on the YouTube live stream. Real Talk 99.5 TV. Look that up if you don't have it already. Make sure you're subscribed and all that. I've noticed we've really been getting a lot of people on there, especially now that Leland's got his home studio broadcasting. We're piping it in here, by the way. Love his home studio. He put in so much work on that, and I was fortunate enough to see the evolution of that studio. I kind of described it as a large cigar humidor at one time. That's the way it felt. So it was like a humidor and a law office had a baby, and now it's turned into this really badass studio, which I'm a fan of, and I kind of hope I want to see if he'll let me come over one day after work or when he's doing his show, and let me jump in just so I can see what I look like in his studio. But there you go. Everybody in the chat, look at you going, hey now, hey now, hey now. Everybody give me a hey now in the YouTube chat. Where was I at? Where did I leave off at? Oh, the gift.
Oh, yes.
I got you because my boy Nick the Gun Guy, who runs a T-shirt, hat, he runs a printing company, like a merch printing company. And he does so many different things. He's got these things called white privilege cards
Yes.
that look like legitimate debit cards. And he asked me before we went down there, he's like, give me some names of people that you think would want one of these cards. And you made that list. And as you see here,
Look at that.
this is your white privilege card
That's pretty awesome.
with Kerry Adams right here in the bottom left corner. It says white privilege card. On the back, it says, this is it, the pinnacle of all humanity. You have arrived. You hold in your hands the key to happiness, success, infinite wisdom, and power. You can do anything.
Man, what's the balance on it?
I don't think there's any money.
That's okay.
Privilege doesn't come with money.
It comes with power.
But I got everybody. I even got AJ one, which is going to be weird to give him that.
I want to see that.
Yeah, I've got one for AJ because even though AJ's black, I can't leave him out. I gotta get him a white privilege card too. But yeah, and if you listen to this, like this is real deal, like steel metal. Listen,
That's legit.
yeah, dude.
That's not a fake privilege card.
That's
is
not
the
fake.
real
This is real.
deal.
Just don't go to the wrong side of town and mistake this for your debit card. It's even got the chip on it and everything. You see,
That's pretty awesome.
It does. It looks like a real debit
Well,
card.
thank you, man. I will cherish that. That's
Yeah,
a good
man.
present.
It's good. Oh, I forget. Let me show the camera so they see what it looks like. This is Kerry Adams' white privilege card. Got his name down there in the bottom. Trying to get this thing to focus. And on the back, it's got all the stuff. It's even got an account number on the back, which I hope that doesn't belong to anybody. But
I'll let you know this afternoon if it does.
oh, actually, I should do a contest and have anybody that wants one of these get you one made with your name on it if you win the contest. But I'll get that to you. What else? Let's see. I had to write some of this stuff down in order to remember. Where did I leave off? Was I talking about? Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin.
Big Cat Rescue. So we went to this Elevate place. Super fun. Got to hang out with the homies and everything. And we left. And Nick's like, Big Carol Baskin's Big Cat Rescue is just right across the street. I'm like, no, dude. Let's go over there and film some footage. And we could even maybe go buy a shovel from Walmart and do some digging, see if we can find her husband's bones around there.
They're probably there.
What a souvenir that would be if you came back. If I came back to this show today with that bitch Carol Baskin's husband's femur, imagine how cool that would be.
That's huge.
So
That'd be a news story.
we went over there, and apparently somebody's bought the property, and there's a bunch of construction that's got it all blocked off.
What are they going to put there now?
I don't know.
A nursing home.
But we couldn't get to it. So after that, I had a drink and I don't know if I'm just a lightweight, but I got a drink at Elevate. First of all, they had these what they call margarita slushies, and there was one that was like a mocha, coffee kind of slushy thing.
Coffee margarita?
Yeah, well, I was, it was
I
like
don't know.
mocha flavored slushy.
I don't like it.
And so I tried it, and I was like, dude, this is awful. I took it back to the counter. I was like, I don't want to be that guy, but this drink is god awful. Like, it's disgusting. And she's like, oh, I know. She said, that's why I looked at you weird when you ordered it. I said, well, can I get another one? She's like, sure. I was like, well, you pick it. I don't care what it is. You pick it. I just don't want that one. She did that. Super nice. All the staff there, everything was nice. We went back, took a nap. I got to go back to the pig roast. So our boy Bob Cook, who is from that general area, ends up bringing and Bob Cooks is like a big time stoner, right? He's a veteran in the weed game, if you will. And he makes his own cookies, and to this party every year he brings cookies.
No.
Well, he brought one and was asking like who wants one. He asked Tony Gump, "Hey, do you want one of these cookies?" And Tony's like, "Oh yeah, for sure, I'm good with that." This is
And 2 hours later, Tony Gump was stoned.
okay. So this was Thursday. Yeah, okay. This is Thursday. So Tony eats the cookie. Within 45 minutes, he comes to me and he's like, man, I gotta go. He's like, the cookie just hit and I might be in over my head.
Oh my goodness.
So he leaves and then they go back to the hotel and Amy's texting us. She's like, he's not in good shape. Like he said, it's not good. And he can't move. He's just, I can't even explain it. We'll get into more detail on the show tonight. But he is high. Well, that's when Trish and we've never had Culver's before, so we went and got Culver's. Best fast food ever.
Really?
Nobody beats Culver's. If it's not Culver's, it sucks as far as fast food goes. We get Culver's. We're there, and Amy texts again like, hey, he's not in good shape. Like, he's really hot. And
that's funny.
But but we're like, well, we're at Culver's. We're about to come back to the hotel. They were staying at the same hotel. And she's like, well, can you get me, a milkshake? And we're like, of course, we'll get you a milkshake. And she's like, oh, and Tony wants something too. He needs to try to figure out how to stop this high because it's taken him to a place that he had no intention of going. Like he did not want to go to Bob Cook Cookieville. All right. He is Bob Cooked.
Probably should have had half the cookie.
Yeah. No, he ate the whole thing. And so we get him some food, and Tony eats kind of like a 5-year-old that's either chicken fingers or a burger with just ketchup, We get him some chicken fingers, and we get back to the hotel. I forgot what their room number was. I just knew what floor, so I just started going from door to door and yelling, Tony, are you there? And
it wasn't 420, was it?
No, it wasn't. No, it was on the 9th floor. And so Trish is getting upset with me because I'm yelling into each hotel door, each room door, until I finally get to it. And Tony opens the door, and he is hunched over. He looks like a zombie, and he's just staring at me. And I'm like, I got your food, buddy. He grabs it out of my hand, turns around, and walks away. He doesn't even shut the door. Just turns around.
I think
And then Amy said it took him forever to get on the bed because he kept saying his legs. He couldn't move his legs.
So you're saying it's probably not a good idea to accept a cookie who is from a guy who is known.
No, don't try Bob Cook's cookies, or you'll be. We called that. We said Tony got Bob cooked is what happened. So that happened. The first night at the Pig Roast, Jumper was dressed up as like a gangster. He had like a do-rag on and a Tupac shirt and a chain. The second night of the party, he shows up dressed up as Johnny O'Carroll.
That's
so he's in a kilt and everything else. And then Saturday he ended up dressing normally. But anyway, it was a lot of fun, man. We went and tried the World of Beer as well, which is the first time I've tried that place. Super good. I'm not a big like craft beer guy, but if I do like the little small baby like 5 ounce beers, I can handle those.
Oh yeah,
So I tried a couple different, like an oatmeal one, and then a peppermint chocolate
peppermint
something. So
beer.
yeah, it was interesting.
Seems like cough medicine.
But nah, man, love Tampa. I can't leave here. I can't leave Birmingham because obviously got a kid. He's almost 18, but and I obviously wouldn't want to leave my 99.5 family, but just as like being a resident of that area, like later on in life, if life circumstances, you know, present it, like if I get canned here or whatever, I would probably consider it. But I honestly, I probably wouldn't do it because I'm such a homebody. I don't know that I can ever leave.
But maybe if you went down there, you wouldn't be a homebody because you'd have.
It's
things
just
to do.
nice. It's nice. And listen,
There's a lot to do in Tampa.
There is, and there's probably other parts of Florida that I would like. I've just always kind of been there's always been something about the beach that I love, like being near the ocean and just the palm trees. Like, well, I could probably just live here the rest of my life if I could just put a few palm trees in my yard,
I've thought that myself. If I knew they would live, I'd go buy some.
and have this life of, you know, where how people at the beach, they've all got the same general decor in their homes. Where
Right.
it's like pictures of flip flops or anchors or whatever. Like, I want to do that.
Starfish.
Sand dollars. I kind of want to do that.
You don't think you should? Long time goal.
But yeah, absolute blast. And thank y'all for bearing with me while I was gone, man. I don't like to leave this show because I like to be here to take care of y'all and provide you content and give you the stuff that you love about this show. And so there's a level of nervousness when I go out of town, but now that I'm back, I feel much better. I do, because I've missed you. I've missed you, each and every one. Even those of you that hate me, I missed you. Then on the way back, fortunately, we got back Sunday, but it was such a whirlwind. I really did. I wasn't sure if we were going to get back in time for me to work like yesterday. But we did, but I really needed yesterday to rest.
Yeah, it's smart.
Like I had to have that day off. But on the way back, trip seemed much shorter, but we went from the nice weather in Tampa. Then by the time we got to Georgia, it was freaking snowing like crazy.
Really?
Yes. And we're driving through snow and we're having to make all these stops. We stop at these touristy spots we stopped at the Florida Citrus Center for Bird, and he went in. As soon as he goes in, they're like, hey, we got samples of, some big, what's the big orange is called? It's not like a pomegranate or something.
Tangerine or orange fruit or
whatever it was. And he's walking through this store just mowing down these samples, just eating one after another, just and he's like, and it's all like cheap touristy like gifts, like a gift shop. He ends up finding a worry stone. He buys it. He comes out and he's unwrapping it. He's like, they imported this from Egypt. It's like very rare. And he opens it and it falls on the ground. And he's like, oh my God, did it break? He's like, oh, thank God it didn't break. He picks it up, and as he's showing it to me, it snaps.
I saw that.
And he's like, how this is supposed to make me not worry. Now I'm worried.
Only to Bird that would happen.
And then there was a sign for a Sasquatch museum, like a Bigfoot museum. And so Jumber really wanted to see that. We get off the exit. We go to where it said it was, and it turns out to be a Shell station that is not a Bigfoot museum. Although the posters and the stickers on the outside of the gas station make it seem that way. You walk in, and it's like they've got a 7.5-foot statue of Bigfoot and like 2 or 3, Bigfoot action figures you can buy. And that was it. Apparently, the Bigfoot Museum is in North Georgia, 4.5 hours from that Shell station. So it was really. But he was excited. he bought a little Sasquatch toy while we were there. So
they got you. They pulled you in. It worked.
Yeah. And then we got back. We watched church on the way home, and then we usually do a Bible study with Bird and my mom and my sister and my cousin, and Peyton's in it too. And once we got home, we went ahead and knocked that out instead of doing it last night or Sunday night, rather. We did it earlier in the day, and then we just kind of relaxed and unpacked yesterday, and all that.
Sounds
So
like a good trip.
I think that was a good summary of what we did. It was fun.
You put a lot in there.
I did.
I did a lot.
We did. We did do a lot. And there's even more details in that, which, again, we'll cover tonight on the podcast. So, Over the Line, Andrew McLean on YouTube, if you want to watch us there, or on all the other platforms. You can watch us on the backside, however you want to do it. But y'all check that out and hang out with us live. I hope you do as well. You should hang out with us live too, Carrie.
I'll do my best.
We'd love to have you. All right, I got to get into some news. I've been talking about myself too much. Let's do that. 205-545-9950. More of the line next. All right, so I have really railroaded this hour, and I apologize, but we'll get it sorted. I got to squeeze like a 2 minute break in here, and then we'll be good after that. Let me go to our first call of the day. I've neglected the phone lines. I'm so sorry for you guys. If you want to get in, 205-545-9950. Bubba on the line. Bubba, what's up?
Welcome back, Jack. Come on, man. Hey, now.
Hello.
Oh, man, we survived it. That was a long stretch without Andrew Mandu. You know, Hey Now Nation's been in chaos for about a week.
That's what I was worried about. I thought I was going to come back to chaos, but everybody seems okay. Everybody seems cool, calm, and collected. So now we can get back on track. Everything's normal. Everything's back to.
Everything's cool, man.
Everything's cool.
We're cool.
Yeah.
We're cool, you know. And there was some appearances by Andrew and the Three Amigos via the Bubba the Love Sponge vehicles. And, you know, I caught your guys' appearance on the radio show. That was a hoot.
Yeah, it was wild. It was wild stuff.
Well, see, here's the deal, man. It probably would have been better, like, you know, as far as the safety of JoJo Cruz if maybe Babyface Brian was in the studio instead of Gene Lasker. I'm pretty sure Gene Lasker wanted to physically harm JoJo Cruz.
I think so too. And I had some conversations Saturday night. I talked to him, and you know, he seemed okay, but it was still like just keep him away from me. But I think was the general message that I got.
Yeah, well, you know, Gene Lasker is the big tough biker guy, and he just doesn't cotton well to dudes wearing costumes and makeup, apparently. But you know what was kind of funny, too, is they took JoJo Cruz out of the fourth chair, and then you had to sit next to a pissed-off Gene Lasker for your segment on there, and the tension was palpable.
Yeah,
dude.
it was.
I could tell.
Well, I tried to talk to him during the break, and it didn't go over well. I didn't get a whole lot. Now, there was another one that I guess as a Rumble guy you didn't get, but like, you know how the YouTube has members only and all that kind of stuff. They do like a post show, and we were on there, and we were discussing, and I'll try to find a way to get you a copy of that. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but we can figure it out. We were discussing what he was going to do, what Bird was going to do on Saturday night, and what kind of outfit, because that's the night that the Lasker was going to be there. And so they suggested, hey, dress up as a biker, like go get a Sons of Anarchy shirt and dress up as a biker is a way to show respect. And you know, it was kind of a bit or whatever, but I got so many text messages on the backside where they're like, whatever you do not do that. That is an awful idea. And so,
Lasker would have shanked him.
Yeah.
And I caught a little bit of that. I think it was on the 199 broadcast, and they were talking about how funny that would have been, but also what a bad idea that would have been. Like Gene Lasker's got like a source of tension and angst within him that no man can reason with. You know.
Yeah, it was a fun yet slightly dangerous trip.
But hey, the 199 party was off the hook. It was so fun. I've never seen Bubba the Love Sponge that happy and relaxed and just enjoying the moment. And there's no two ways about it. Jay Bizzle stole the show, man.
Yeah, he did. He absolutely did.
And you know, Johnny O'Carroll came in there, and I mean to tell you, like Bubba the Love Sponge loves him some Jay Bizzle, dude. Like the bromance is real, 100% no homo. And he even said, I could make this guy a superstar with all the talent that he has, you know. So.
Yeah. Well, it's a thing like Bird the entire weekend, and this goes back to the Adderall. He was in rare form, unlike anything I've seen in a long time. For instance, he did not break character. And there were even discussions yesterday as of like, was that a gimmick or was that for real? Like there's people in Tampa that are still wondering to themselves, was that dude playing me or was that really him? And I hate to break it to him, but that's him.
Yeah, when Jay Bizzle's running the Jay Bizzle bit, like it's the real deal. That isn't a bit. It's just Jay Bizzle, and I feel like our handsome young man has all grown up now, and he's gone out into the world and found his path, and it's just I'm so happy for him.
Well, now he's getting his 62 money too because they've
Oh
we got him signed
man,
up for Social Security, so
that's what I love it,
he can put
dude.
gas in his car.
Things are looking up for young master Jonathan Bird. Couldn't be happier about that. But I'm glad you guys had a good time down there. And how did this 5-song set go? That's the only thing I didn't get to see.
So we didn't have any mic stands, so I had to hold. We were on the stage. I had to hold the mic to his mouth, and Tony Gump had to hold the mic to the guitar. And he did American Girl. And then as soon as that was over, let me rush the stage, grab the microphone. He's like, "Well, that's going to be it for John Bird. Plays the guitar. Gene Lasker just donated $5,000 to cut the show short." And
Wow.
so it came to an end pretty quickly.
But hey, if Jay Bizzle made Bubba the Love Sponge $5,000 one way or the other, I'd call that a good thing.
That's a win for everybody, right?
But yeah, so everybody loves Jay Bizzle except Gene Lasker, but you can't win them all.
And we got we've got now this I felt like it was a real connection with Alex Stein. I got to talk to him for a while.
I saw your picture on Facebook. I was page stalking you. I was
Yeah.
very happy for you.
Hopefully he's going to be he'll be coming around soon. But we'll be talking about all that tonight. So I don't want to give
Very
away too
good.
much.
But yeah, let's save a little for the podcast, which everybody should watch tonight. And I really hope we do get to hear Alex Stein. I think Alex Stein needs to come on the podcast so we can get some long form primetime 99.
Well, that's what I told him. I said, I want you on the radio show and the podcast, but he's got some new ventures that he's going to be doing, which I don't exactly know what it is. But I said, listen, you come hang out with us on the radio show. We can promote your stuff. Like it all works out. It's a give and take, and we'd
Heck yeah.
I'm just trying to build a friendship here because the dude was super nice.
He can crash on Jay Bizzle's couch and hang out with Jay Bizzle and Hank while he's in town.
That's right. That's right.
Well, all right, dude. Officially welcome back. Good to hear you back on the radio. I'll let you get back to cooking, dog. Hey now.
There's Bubba Rumble. All right, like I said, I was way behind, so I got to take a 2-minute break. This is 2 minutes, so I'm going to be right back after this. Hang tight. See, I told y'all that was going to be quick, didn't I? Look at me moving and shaking. Hey, let me start you off with Chuck Davis real quick. ChuckDavisLaw.com. My attorney, Chuck Davis. Yes, sirree. Love me some Chuck Davis, not just as a friend, but as a professional relationship, if you will, as Chuck Davis is my attorney. As you know, if you have issues such as custody battles or divorce, those are two big ones, man, that you've got to reach out to Chuck for so he can fight for you. But things that you might not have thought of that have happened to you recently or maybe sometime in the past, like personal injury. You've had a slip and fall incident at some sort of establishment, or, there was some sort of, could be anything. Something that caused you to get hurt that was not your fault. It was somebody else's negligence. Could be a traffic accident, like a car wreck. You get in a car wreck and you end up badly hurt and you acquire all these medical bills and it's just ruined you financially. You deserve to get that money back plus some at the end of the day. And you can't do it on your own. You got to have somebody to represent you and fight for you. Chuck is more than happy to do that. Also, probate and contracts and wills. Get the wills done. I can't stress wills enough for everybody. It's something everybody needs. So call him up. You got any questions whatsoever, he'll answer them. Even if you're like, I don't know that I've got a case, or I'm just curious about this, that, or the other, call him and he'll talk to you. He's a very approachable guy. He's more than happy to answer all your questions. Hit him up at 205-823-9992. It's 205-823-9992. And online, ChuckDavisLaw.com. ChuckDavisLaw.com. No representation is made that the legal services provided are superior to the legal services provided by other lawyers. Also, since I'm back, Harry, I got to get back in shape. Not back in shape, but I got to get back on my what do I call it? My exercise regimen, because I hadn't been doing none of that. I had to miss what I missed. I had to miss 3 sessions of Mandu while I was gone. I didn't get my cardio in. I just hung out like a bum. So today's the day I really get back in the groove and hopefully and really doing this show, knocking off the dust. I was actually very worried about this show. I was like, am I going to remember how to do this job?
No.
After missing 4 episodes. But I think